Hello everyone and welcome to this video, which is in our human game series. I'm Grandmaster Matthew Sadler and well, it's just another bit of a Lichess bullet. Unfortunately, this isn't quite the game I wanted to show you. I was getting very excited. I thought I was creating virtually an immortal in one game recently, and then an alarm on my watch went off and I got so confused that I played the wrong move and ended up losing. I will show it to you sometime, but I need therapy before I can bear it. I was so upset for hours and hours after the game. It's not what this fun bullet is supposed to be, but this one's quite entertaining as well. I was quite pleased with the mating pattern that I discovered, so it'll give you a little test as well. Quite nice, in actual fact. So the opening, d4, and then I played e5. I think I'm the world's leading expert on this, in actual fact, in the in the current time. It's not so bad. The point was actually it's not my idea. I think I saw Andrew Tang playing 3d5. So instead of playing queen e7 as people normally do, you just play d5, and the idea is if he takes d6, bishop d6, you've just got open lines, you know, and in bullet that's quite decent. Actually, you know, there's quite a bit of dangerous stuff already. So e4 was played by white, which is a little bit risky. I mean, it gives black a target, right? You know, rather than playing the move e3, but okay, you know, not so terrible. So I played queen e7, bishop d3, knight f6 and castles, and I do have to say that in bullet, castling early is very, very risky. It's because you know, there's too many opportunities to give away pieces, basically. So I played bishop g4 here, and the idea, of course, is that you know, if white plays h3, then I simply go h5, and whether it's sound or not, I don't particularly care. It's just it's just going to be rather strong. So knight c3 was played, castles, and then bishop g5, and now I played the move knight d4. So this is kind of a nasty pin, really, for white. And well, I mean, there's all sorts of things that that white can do. But all of them feel a little bit risky, you know, irrespective of whether, you know, white's doing okay here or not. So yeah, this pin on the knight here, it's very unpleasant to play a move like bishop e2 to try and deal with it, because obviously the d file is opened. I mean, at the very least, after a move like bishop e2, we've got stuff like knight f3 and bishop takes h2, which white has to take some care about, followed by, you know, rook takes d1. So after knight d4, white played rook e1, and now I took off and played queen e5. So I'm hitting the pawn on h2, also hitting the bishop on g5. Yeah, I mean, if you go play a move like f takes g4, I mean, even queen g5 is incredibly strong, but I think that this was also working, because after king g1, I've got this standard little mating trick. I think probably one of the most important mating patterns to remember. It's really something that comes up so often. And after, if you go to e2, then I can just go queen takes g4 and then take the bishop on g5. So that's all quite simple. So f4 played by white, and obviously the idea is if I take the queen, then you're going to take this. But I played the move queen c5. The idea of that is just not to allow white to play the move f3. So queen d2, and now I played the move h6. And yeah, this is now a rather serious point for white. Apparently e5 is what's required, but it doesn't look particularly good to me, I have to say. But bishop h4 was played by white, and now I played the move g5. Those sort of things are kind of automatic in bullet. I mean, actually what I want to do, I just want to open up the G file, and then I'll be able to get my bishop onto f3, and this king is going to be in all sorts of trouble. So bishop g3 played by white, quite a good move. Takes on f4, takes, queen takes f4, rook g8. Obviously, if you go queen takes here, then I should have some sort of win, even if I'm not 100% sure what that actually is, but some sort of discovered attack somewhere. I'm guessing that I just played bishop h3, bishop g2, and then somehow managed to make a win there. White played the move king h1, which is completely natural, and yeah, apparently here I didn't play the best move. The best move didn't occur to me at all. What the engines want is to move queen g5 in this position, with the cunning idea of queen takes g5, bishop f3 check, and that's the basic idea. And then you're going to obviously follow up with rook there, rook g8. It's yeah, incredibly strong, really. So that would have been really good. I came up with a different idea. I mean, it's quite interesting in a way because what I generally find about my ideas is that they're sort of really nice in one line, but they're very rarely. At this speed, they're very, very rarely complete somehow. There's always some way of dealing with them, which kind of gives you an idea why even strong players are struggling with Leela odds at short time controls, because certainly if I have a look at the ideas that I'm coming across, they're very nice, some of them, and very sweet, but obviously against an engine they're not going to pass muster. And this was very much what I did, because I played knight h5 in this position. So I'm trying to chase the queen away from this f3 square. Obviously, a move like queen d2, just bishop f3 is checkmate. So white plays queen e3, but actually, you're threatening the queen, but actually you're kind of not, because bishop f3 will be mate. So I was looking for a way to, open up some lines and also chase this queen away from e3. And well, from that point of view, very natural move is to play f5. What is the idea? Well, the idea is that if e takes f5, then I've got some lines open here, and otherwise I've got the rather unpleasant idea of f4, forcing the queen away from e3. Yeah, unfortunately, the engines just sort of feel, well, after e takes f5, you haven't gained anything actually, and you can't exploit this this long diagonal. Well, fair enough. That's how it goes. But obviously, to a human opponent, opening up this long diagonal is scary. And here white played the move h3. And at first sight, this is actually a pretty good move, because you're actually giving the king some freedom here to move to h2. So it could mean that the whole check thing is not going to be too dangerous. But I spotted something nice, and you might want to just stop the video here and have a little look, because it's very, very forcing. The first move, you've already had a little hint, and then the key thing is to find out, what is the result? Is it going to be a draw, or does black have something extra? It's actually quite an unusual little tactic, so I'll just you can just pause the video now. What I'd actually spotted was that I play the move f4 here. So the queen can't keep on defending this square. Everything's covered. So queen takes c5 is more or less forced. And then I played bishop f3, check king h2. Now, obviously, playing the pawn to h3 is not giving the king that much room. It does mean that bishop f3 isn't mate, but of course, after rook g2, king there. But the question is, can I do anything, decisive here? I mean, I can definitely win the queen back with here and rook takes c5, but that's not going to be fantastic. I'm actually still a pawn down there. However, I mean, normally in these attacks, this knight on h5, it's never really that good a piece. It's just blocked in by all the other pieces. Only here I can do something quite cunning. I can play the move rook takes f2 check, king h2, and rook g2. And the amazing thing is that wherever white is going to put the king, king f1 is the most natural, when it looks like what black's kind of missed the boat. Well, now the knight on g3 comes in and delivers checkmate. I've actually never quite seen this mating pattern before, where you've got this check on the 7th, and all that you do, you just remove a pawn so that the knight can deliver checkmate. So I was quite happy to spot that very quickly somehow. Yeah, it's how many seconds did I take for f4? 6 seconds. That's how long it took me to spot that. So yeah, no, nice little game there, and this England opening, or is it England? Yeah, it's the England. I think with d4 e5 and playing it with d5, I've scored very heavily with that. If I was a decent bullet player when time gets short, I would have scored incredibly massively as well. But yeah, just very dangerous. I mean, open lines like this are very dangerous. I mean, it's what we see with Leela odds, that open lines for pieces just always create difficulty, and obviously with a short time control, that's particularly true. So there we are. I'm going to do a few more of these, not too many. I'm probably going to reduce the quantity of videos I've been producing recently. I think a few viewers have been flagging a bit to keep up. It really has been a huge production, but I'll keep on dipping into various things and maybe have a look at some of the super final games once the super final is finished. Been very interesting as well. So thanks very much, everyone, and have good holiday days, and hope to see you at the next video. Thanks for watching.